If you grew up in motocross in the 70s or 80s, JT Racing was the epitome of motocross. Anytime you open a motorcycle magazine, what you'd see is Broc Glover, Ron Lechien, David Bailey, Johnny O'Mara, the Style Kings, Donnie Hansen, Marty Smith, Jean-Michel Bale, Chuck's son. Unfortunately, the gear lost its luster and went away. And now it's back. Better than ever, the rebirth of cool, the new JT Racing.
I'm glad to have it back. I mean, it's something that, again, I wore my whole career. I mean, it was the highest level or the greatest clothing out there, the most stylish. It was the brand to have all through my career, and so to see it go away was really disappointing. And now to see it come back, it's very exciting for myself, and I think a lot of people will like it. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the guys at JT, John and Rita Greger, they were always pushing the envelope in design and style, and always coming up with new innovations. And certainly bringing a lot of different colors to the sport was something that they were heavily involved in. I mean, if it wasn't the day glow, it was some other color, including pink. And so I remember that night. It was 1984 in the Los Angeles Coliseum. It was actually, I didn't wear it in the main race. I actually wore it in an after race called the Miller Masters. And Miller Beer was our sponsor of the series that year, and they put up a big prize money for kind of a winners take all dash. And I was lucky enough to win that event, but the more important thing, I guess, was the fact that John had finally convinced me to wear the gear. He tried all night long, and I'd actually run into the back of Ronnie Lechien in the main event, and Ronnie had fell, and I got caught up in his rear fender, and I was pretty frustrated and a little ticked off. So when the Miller Master came around, John goes, come on, can you wear it? And I said, where is that gear? I'll put it on. And so I actually just wore the pants and the helmet. I didn't wear the jersey. Was still a white jersey. And my boots, I would never wear new boots anyhow, so they're too stiff. So I wore just the pink pants and the pink helmet, and ended up winning, as I said. And it was kind of made a little bit of history, I guess.
It's part of me, I mean, I raced my whole career with JT, and it's so big to me because I always missed the fact that in the last few years that they haven't been out there, and I know that there's such a classic line, and I was so proud to wear it in Europe because I was kind of original then. Not many people had seen it, and had such a classy look. Everybody at that time in Europe, they loved it, and it's killer. I mean, it's incredible to see the work they've done now to kind of maintain that same look. It's really nice. I'm stoked. Yeah, I have a great JT racing story. One time, Broc Glover and I were going to go do the Supercross in Geneva. And we're driving a little, probably a Cinquecento, 500 Fiat. We pulled out in front of it, and I said, Broc, stay here. I'll run in the restaurant to see if there's a table. He goes, okay. It was Broc and I think somebody else. So I'm inside the restaurant, and about 5 minutes goes by, and I see Broc and whoever was in the car with him inside the restaurant. I go, what are you guys doing? And they're all, go back to the car. They go back to the car. Sure enough, that quick, all the gear, the windows were broken. They stole our gear. No, stole Broc's gear. So anyway, luckily I had two of everything. So the whole weekend there was two of me out there. Broc had to wear a squeeze into my gear. So it was pretty funny.
The helmet resembles the old JT helmet back 30 years ago in the 70s and the 80s. And it's made more strong, more protection. Still all approved, DOT and everything else. And to me, it might be the best helmet on the market right now. You look at photos from back in the day, and it's such a deja vu. It's just like, wow. It's like, is this happening again? And JT, they went out number one. They were number one on the market, and they went out number one. And now they're coming back with the same gear, a little bit of updates, but looks almost the same. And I think they have a very good chance of being back number one again. I really do. I'm very impressed with it.
My career is kind of interesting. I'm from the Northwest originally, and I was always hungry to ride the European World Championships. So I got the chance to ride the last few 250 GPs in Europe, and at the same time they had the Donations team was selected. It was Bob Hanna, Rick Burgett, Tommy Croft, and Rex Staten. Rex got hurt, and he couldn't go. I was in Europe, so they said, hey, well, Son's been on the podium of the GP, let's give him a shot, and Husqvarna would support it. So boom, like that, in '78, I was on the team. It was an incredible time because it was when the upstart Hurricane Hannah dominated everybody, and everybody couldn't wait to see him go up against the current world champion, the fierce Heikki Mikkola. And they didn't disappoint. They battled like crazy. Heikki got the win barely over Bob the first moto. The second moto, I ended up getting second. And it was a huge coming out party for me. You know, I couldn't believe these are the guys I always looked up to. Actually bagged DeCoster, and you know, second was like a win for me behind Mikkola. And the first guy I saw when I came off the track was John Gregory with a contract, you know, and the rest is history. So it was really good memories, and that was in Germany, I think. Good times.
I started riding, Rita and John approached me in 1979 when I was an amateur Suzuki rider to come on board, and I think I got two or three sets of gear, and that was the first time I ever had any custom gear with my name on it, and my name on the gloves, and all the cool stuff. And I remember putting it on in the truck on the way to one of the NMA Nationals back in '79, and from then on, I was the JT rider. I think so. I'm glad somebody's bringing it back, you know, because it was just dead there for a while, and it was kind of a bummer that it went away. And being part of the motocross industry and being in just the coolness for so long, and then just disappearing, it just, you know, kind of sucks. So I'm super happy it's back and looking forward to it.
Definitely, the inspiration is the work of John and Rita Gregory. We thought that, you know, it was very inspiring, and we decided to base our work on it. And we were aware of, you know, the crowd and the clientele of, you know, what they were looking for, and we decided to bring, you know, their work back into 2011, you know, technology and material. I am actually proud, I have to say. I'm proud, first of all, for the company, because it just, you know, came out of nowhere. Call it an act of God if you want. But I'm also very proud for the people out there, because I know that they've been waiting for it and expecting it, and you know, it is here. So yes, I am proud. Yes, the best is yet to come. Yeah, it's just the beginning.
Yeah, I'll wear pink, you know. What am I going to do? You know, look, everything's changing today, so why not, you know?
Why'd they call you the dogger?
Because I dogged all the other riders.